What's up, guys? Welcome back to Coinbros. It is Saturday. I don't even know what day it is, like the 15th or 16th. Pretty bad. When you're in crypto, you forget what day it is. And we're going to talk about the market a little bit today. It's, not a lot going on in the actual crypto market, but on a world scale, there's a lot of stuff going on. Bitcoin's sitting around like 70,000 right now. But before we go into that, we'll talk about like where we're at with Bitcoin. You want to make sure, so the range we're trying to stay in is we want to make sure we don't go under like 65. And then we want to try to crack 74. If we can crack 74, we're like on our way to 80K. And that's just technical analysis. That's not, me just making it up. So we want to try to crack that like 74, 75K range, but whatever, like we're in, it's kind of a bear market. We are in a bear market. So things are going to be sideways. You're going to see some ups and downs. You like to kind of stay above or below those levels, right? So we don't want to, do a sharp turn down. We were just at like 73, 74K. It's just ranging. But, with everything going on in the world, which is things like war, we have the war with Iran, and there's all these, the oil issues we'll talk a little bit about. Bitcoin is like really starting to become a hedge against chaos, right? And it's kind of one of the things that, just one of the things that crypto is always kind of designed for, right? Is to be a hedge against, world events, things that, where there's uncertainty and a lot going on. And we're starting to see it with Bitcoin. As this war is playing out, it's starting to kind of overtake gold in a lot of ways as like as a hedge, right? So, who knows where this is going to go. And the thing with Bitcoin, it's like there's always something going on, right? There's always some reason for Bitcoin to be a hedge against everything going on in the world, and we're seeing it firsthand with the war. And with that being said, I've been reading a lot about the war. My brother's like really into like kind of staying up to date with everything going on because it all ties directly to markets, right? And yeah, so the Iran has basically closed off the strait, which is basically in control of like 30% of the world's energy, oil, everything, right? And they have just announced that they are not accepting any U.S. currency, right? It has to be the Chinese yen, I think it is, right? And or won or yen, I don't know. I should know that. I think yen is Japanese, or won or something, right? So they're only accepting the Chinese dollar. And what does that tell you? That they're deeply in bed with China, right? China's creating drones for like a really cheap price to give to them. So what I'm saying is I think the war is a lot deeper than people understand. That they hear about like Israel and Iran, but now you have things like China kind of stepping into the, and actually like really helping Iran out. It's one of those things where it can escalate, right? And like, we all hope that doesn't happen. Like, we don't want the war to get worse. And I just think it's far from over, right? I feel like this is very methodical and planned out. And like, you gotta be prepared. And I think you're gonna see Bitcoin becoming more and more valuable as this plays out. And this is just one thing, right? Like, the world is always going through turmoil somewhere. And it just shows, crypto is so useful in so many ways. And aside from just Bitcoin, there's a lot going on in the market. Like, the market kind of seems down if you're not really into the entire market. But like just yesterday, I was playing around on Solana blockchain, doing some meme coining and trading, and I actually made like 10 Sol, which is, it's about $1,000 in one day, right? Yeah, it's not a crazy life-changing money, but if you can just kind of, play around and be in the action, you can actually make a decent amount of money even in the downturns. And the beauty of being in crypto when it's low, if you do make some money in it, you get a lot more crypto, right? So I always tell people they always tell me they want to get into crypto whenever it's peaking, right? You see it all over the news and you hear people got all-time highs, and then everyone gets interested, and as soon as things kind of pull back, the interest goes away. And I always tell people, like, dude, this is when you should be trying to get into it, learning the space. If you're gonna get some crypto, get it low. And we don't know how low it's going to go, but I feel like we're pretty close to the bottom in that 60K range. And there's a lot going on in the meme coin market, like in the trenches. There's tons of coins still running up in the millions every day. You just got to learn how to use the. I'll do a tutorial too on how to use some of the terminals so you can trade. And we'll talk a lot more about altcoins and meme coins as the months go on, as things heat up, right? You just got to talk about what's going on in the world and the market right now. And Bitcoin's king. Bitcoin is kind of, it's holding the entire industry down right now, and that's the way it should be. Bitcoin needs to do well for the entire market to do well. So everybody should always be rooting for Bitcoin, and it's holding strong. I mean, it's holding that 70K mark. It's showing some real stability, and it's showing that people are, you know, they're swooping it up still. I mean, you see MicroStrategies, you see all these massive whales that are just keep buying, you know, follow the big money. Aside from that, it's Saturday. I'm gonna take the kids out to the park. We're gonna go do some fun stuff. I'm trying to think of any other news that I read today before I go. I don't think anything big. I know they have the new ETF on for Ethereum. That's kind of big news, but nothing crazy in the market. And everything's kind of mainly like directed towards the war and what's going on, which is, you know, understandable. So we're gonna keep an eye on that, keep you updated with everything. And oh yeah, also we're at a gas station, if you can see the Chevron right there. Just pumped my gas. Gas has been over $100 a barrel for the past couple days, and it's probably gonna go up more. So you're gonna probably see prices spike, and you know, that affects the whole world. When people can't get oil, you know, things get a little bit crazy. So yeah, we're probably going to see gas go up another, it's up, I think 60%, 40 to 60% or something. You might see, you know, I live in Vegas, everything gets shipped in. I'm about what's it at right now? Yeah, $4.50 a gallon, right? We'll probably see that go up towards $6 pretty soon. So it sucks, you know, especially if you drive around a lot. Vegas is one of those cities where it's a big city. Well, it's not a huge city, but it's like you drive everywhere. You don't really, you know, it's not like San Diego, or it's like you don't do a lot of walking unless you parked your car and you're at a park, but to get places, you got to drive constantly. And I'm in my car all day. I do most of my videos out of my car. It's like my office. So my office is getting pretty expensive. You know what I'm saying? So everyone out there, a lot of people aren't going on vacation, and this is just getting started, right? Let's hope things get resolved a little sooner than later. But you know, reality is we probably got a little bit ahead of us. But crypto is a hedge against chaos, so we might see crypto do some things that people don't expect over the next few months, especially Bitcoin. Keep your eye out, stay tuned in. You wanna get into this game, or you wanna make your moves when the market's down. That's how you get real wealth. That is financial advice. I can't say when or where the bottom is or where you should buy, but you buy low, sell high, right? Or you get into things and learn about things before the whole world's doing it. And the next wave, I think, is going to be insane. So, you know, take a little time, man, learn a few things, regardless of what side of the industry you like. It doesn't have to be Bitcoin. It can be meme coins, it can be NFTs, whatever. Yeah, just learn it. And there's a lot of big things coming up too. I'll give you guys, I know you guys want to, if you're watching this, you know, I'll talk about, you know, projects and things like that on this channel too as they come, but I want to make sure anything I talk about is legit, and you know, I never want to steer you guys in the wrong direction. So have a good weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Much love. Be nice to each other.